that time off to reflect and actually get back into loving boxing again. Does that process flow through your mind that you can take the same Mikey Garcia route and jump right back in? And did you need that time off?
No, I didn't need that time off. I needed that time off because I was injured. You know what I mean? There's a big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what made him have his time off. You know what I mean? My time off was physical. If I was physically prepared, I would not have enjoyed being inactive for that long. I mean, fighting once in a year and then fighting around the next year, that's enough freaking time in itself. You know what I mean? 22 months, that's way too long. If I had options, you know, we didn't have options. So now we're getting back into the ring.
Do you think you'll knock Jose out? Personally, like looking at your gut feeling?
At the end of the day, the statistics say he doesn't go past the 6 with a puncher, right? Maidana, Berto, Canelo got him out in 5. You know, if I want to outshow everybody, I got to do it in 4, you know, or less, you know. But I love his confidence coming into this fight, you know, and he's been through a lot in the sport of boxing. So you got to ask, you know, he knows exactly what it's like to fight punchers and to fight champions of this caliber. Where's that confidence come from, you know? He keeps saying the new trainer, what they're doing, how hard he's prepared for this fight, you know? I think, you know, 15 years of being a pro, he feels like a bottle of wine that he's finally, you know, this is the time you're supposed to open up the bottle. This is the time for Josecito Lopez to become champion. I'm going to see what kind of Josecito Lopez, what kind of opponent I have on the 26th. But, you know, I want to reestablish my skill set, and I want to reestablish some of my power, and I might even have to stop moving. It looks nice. I just love watching them miss. I just love watching them miss. You know what I'm saying? But I might have to take a few to land a few just to get the show over early. You know, we'll see. I mean, and this is one of those kind of fights. It can be that kind of fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
So you are putting it in your mind that you want to get him out of there by 4 to blow everyone else out what they've done before.
You got into my mind. You said, you supposed to knock him out? Well, if I knock him out, you know, the bookies are going to bet that it's by the 6th round because that's normally how it goes. And in the sport of boxing, we have a saying, everybody's strong for the first 4 rounds, okay? This is 12-round championship fighting, you know? So everybody's strong for the first 4 rounds. So anytime a fighter stops another fighter within those first 4 rounds, that is making a big statement, you know, because he didn't have time to die out. That man is still as strong as he was practically in the first round, in the 4th round. So, you know, that's just my mind, how my mind analyzes that question, because we've already gone over it as a team. You know, we want to make a statement. We'd like to get the knockout. You know, Canelo did it to the body. Berto did it on the chin. You know, how's Thurman gonna do it? Where's he gonna do it? What round am I gonna do it? Does he even do it? You know, so it just is what it is, man.
Keith, every time you break down a fight, it is usually correct, your predictions. Mikey's mentioned that he's taking the Errol Spence fight because he sees some flaws in him. That's why he took the fight. Mm-hmm. If I was to ask you, what are those flaws that he sees in Errol Spence, knowing that you're a fighter?
Well, in football, I'm from, you know, Tampa Bay, so we roll with the Buccaneers, you know. And they ain't do nothing but that one year, boy, everybody was happy, you know. But back in the day when I was watching the Bucs, you know, we had Mike Allstott. And we used to always say, on 4th and 1, you know Mike Allstott is getting the ball. Doesn't mean you can stop him from getting that yard, man. You just because you know what's going to happen doesn't mean that you can do anything about it. Just because there's holes inside Swiss cheese doesn't mean that you can fill it, okay? So that's just the reality, man. And there's no such thing as a perfect fighter. Why do you think I got so many haters and this and that? Oh, Thurman this, Thurman that. Floyd had haters. Oh, Floyd does this, Floyd does that. Cool. Get in there and do something about it. Do something about it. Mikey is the smaller guy. You know, he does have a respectable punch. I think it still can be a respectable punch at 147 because a punch is a punch is a punch. You know, if you got that punch, you got that punch. And you normally can carry it up into weight. But it's more, is he going to land that punch? He didn't drop Adrian Broner. And Adrian Broner's not the biggest dude. And Adrian Broner's not the slickest and doesn't have the best defense, but he does keep his hands up pretty nice, you know. And I just don't like Mikey's competition prior to an Errol Spence, you know. It's not, you know, fighting those guys in lower weight classes and then jumping to the upper echelon of the welterweight division. I'd rather see Garcia versus Garcia, man, but he's been very adamant about this, and he's getting what he asked for, and we're going to see if he can live up to his word. You know, I told everybody, you know, he must have a magic trick up his sleeve, Penn and Teller fool us, because I'm not convinced. I'm just